Good morning. It is the week of Christmas. We're back. Do my best to record this whole week. I think it's going to be a solid week of training, even though we're going to have the holidays and all that. I don't want to say interrupting, but we're going to have to experience the holidays this week and next week with New Year's. But I was thinking, you know how when I do my sit down videos at my desk, I kind of share something that I've been enjoying. Well, I'm rereading 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman right now. And that's probably I don't know, it's hard to say my favorite book of all time, but it's the book that I feel most inclined to share with other people. Every time I listen to it, I get something new from it, and it helps reinvigorate my sense of presence for life and just overall appreciation for the time that I've been given on this planet. Something that I heard in it this morning was this quote, and it's the undodgeable reality of a finite human life is that we must choose. And so whatever it is, even if things can feel overwhelming a lot of the time, if you're faced with all these decisions, sometimes you simply have to choose, because there will always be more choices to make. Look at this machine we just got on the job site. It's pretty much a tractor with a blade on it, which is how the original graders were. If you don't know what a grader is, I'll put one on the screen here. But it's one of my favorite machines to operate. This thing is it's literally just a tractor. But we're gonna do a little bit of grading with it. Should be fun. Kind of going off what I was saying earlier, I was talking to some buddies on Discord, and we're talking about how there's just so many games to play, right? I was saying that it's important to not be overly obsessed with the next game you're gonna play while you're playing your current game, because it just takes away from the experience. And this is kind of just going off or adding on to this constant topic of being present and being someone who can live in the moment and appreciate the moment that I have going on my channel. And I'm hoping that sort of continues to be a theme that is woven throughout all the things that I do, because really at the end of the day, being present is something that you do day in and day out. And I hope that by seeing me be that way, or at least trying to be that way, then other people can also be that way. Dude, I'm loving Hades 2 right now. I might have to put it in my top 5 ever. It's such an incredible game, and it's really making me redefine what my expectations are for a great game. Also, side note here, I feel like my beard is looking pretty good. I mean, I'm definitely looking a little old right here because of the lighting. These are really coming in right here. But yeah, that's it's part of life. Father Time, Chronos, waits for no one, right? Remember when I was like, hey man, I'm trying not to drink too much afternoon caffeine? Well, somebody left an Alani in this 135, and what am I gonna do, not drink an Alani? Had to stay a little late at work. Is there my teeth? No. I just ate a protein bar, or a granola bar, so I thought there was chocolate in my teeth. Yeah, I had to stay a little bit late to wrap some things up. Like I said, it's gonna be a short week this week at work, so it's kind of you got to get stuff done, but you also have to wrap the job site up for a long weekend. It's pretty standard in this line of work. Anyway, though, got home a little late, did the usual, checked the bathroom. Hikari took a shit on the ground because she doesn't know how to use a litter box half the time. I don't know what her problem is. And then fed the cats, and I'm thinking of hitting a leg day. My right leg still continues to be a little bit sore until I start running, but I feel like if I'm just nice to it, if I'm kind, compassionate, and patient with it, then it should resolve itself and get stronger. And the best way to get stronger is to lift stuff up and put it down, with my lower body if I want to make my legs strong at least. So yeah, we're gonna do a leg day on Monday as usual recently. It's actually pretty crazy because until like 6 or 8 months ago, I was so bad at doing leg days. Like I wouldn't completely skip them, but like I would maybe do it like once every 2, maybe 3 weeks. Not good. Not good. My legs have always been fairly strong, but I think that just training them more and more, you just realize that they're really not as strong as you thought they were. So yeah, it's been a journey. Leg day is actually fun. It's just, it feels really rewarding. And even though I'm not like pushing super hard into progressive overload, I'm still getting a good workout in, and that makes me feel good. And I am getting stronger, at least based off the amount of weight that I'm moving. So yeah, we're gonna go do that. Satara said she's cooking dinner tonight. I don't know what it's gonna be, but we'll see. All right, so I'm done with my workout. I walk through the door and look. So Yami, oh, okay, of course you're getting up right when I put the camera at him, but Hikari, why does she look so sad? She's just like resting on the little container that Satara puts her socks in. Overall, it was a pretty good leg day. I apologize for not using the mic for those last couple clips. I didn't get any footage of the workout. There were a couple people in there and they seemed new to the gym, and honestly, I didn't want to be that guy who was just recording things because they might feel uncomfortable being in the backgrounds of recordings or yeah. So I was just thinking of other people, okay, rather than getting sick footage of my squatting and my lunging. Before I shower though, I wanted to hop on here and talk about how this past weekend we did a very late Friendsgiving with friends, obviously, and we also did our Secret Santa. I wanted to hop on here and just talk about the gift exchange portion of the Secret Santa or the Friendsgiving. If you're not familiar with this different kind of gift exchange, it's called favorite things. So basically, each person brings 2 of their favorite things, and it's the same object. And then each person chooses an object after everybody says like what their thing is and like why it means something to them. Yeah, so everybody ends up going home with 2 things, and they could have ended up with one of their things, but 2 things that supposedly mean a lot to someone, right? So my favorite thing, or at least one of my favorite things, and obviously it has to be within some sort of price range, right? But this fountain pen here, this Kaweco fountain pen. This is the pen that I use to journal, and obviously I've spoken about it before. I love to journal, and it makes me feel good about writing, the practice of writing, and makes me excited to write. So that's why it means something to me. And it wasn't hard for me to think of that, but that doesn't mean that it isn't like actually important to me. So I was like really excited because I thought that many people would really try hard to think of things that mean a lot to them, that have like some sort of background to it, right? Because like that's stuff that I really care about. Like I want to get to know you through this object, because the 2 people that got the fountain pens, I explained to them like, yeah, like this is my favorite. It makes me feel more connected to the page and more connected to the words that I write, and it just makes the process of journaling a lot better to me. Needless to say, there were a lot of people who didn't really seem to put a lot of thought into it, and like just brought things that I mean, they were just objects, right? And I mean, joke stuff too, but I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, I just kind of walked away from that night and I was entertained. Like some of the stuff was funny. I guess my expectations were a little out of alignment, and I just wish that more people had thought more about things that meant a lot to them, because like I said, I wanted to go home with like a piece of someone and to like maybe get to know them a little bit better through this object, because to me that's kind of like the point of that whole exchange. All that to say, I am glad that the people that got the fountain pens actually seemed to like them. The two things I got were one person brought bananas. He's vegan, so honestly, I'll excuse that one. He actually really loves bananas, and I got the bundle of bananas, and I chose it willingly. And then the other thing that I got was some like craft, like artisan coffee. I think it's from Ethiopia, and it's from Sisters, Oregon. Really good. We tried it yesterday, and it was fantastic. So that and a cup. Those ones were pretty good, but they were just, I don't know. There's just some surface level stuff that obviously I am maybe a little too deep about things sometimes. I hate that word, though, to describe philosophy and just like trying to really live within the arms of life, or just really like just wade into the philosophical waters of being all the time. I know that can probably make relationships with me a little bit strange sometimes. This is a way of life that I really enjoy, and I'm happy to keep going headfirst into it. Isn't that right, Yami? Damn, I didn't take a video last night for dinner. I didn't even take a picture of my dinner. It was chilly and it was incredible. We're gonna eat it again tonight, so I can definitely get a picture of it later if I remember. But I'm off work now. I gotta work tomorrow, which is Christmas Eve. Never had to do that before, but at least it's a half day. I still gotta go to dinner with my family. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a busy day. I'm gonna feel a little rushed, but I'm gonna try not to feel rushed. I think we'll just do the usual route today for a run. Just take it easy. And I'm really excited for Christmas because I think I should be getting 2 pairs of shoes. People were asking like, oh, well, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, honestly, just get me shoes. I know I will use them, and I will use them fast. And there's just so many good sales right now too. I'm actually like kind of excited to commute too, because I'm re-listening to this podcast from Rich Roll, and his guest is Corey Richards. And he's like a mountaineer guy, climber, photographer, and he's been through some shit, like really traumatic shit. And it's cool to like listen to him and hear how he like has overcome his trauma and how he continues to work with it. And like, it's also interesting because I'm reading through The Climber right now too, so it's like everything's just sort of like connecting in that way. And yeah, there's something about like listening to somebody talk about the freedom that the mountains offered them in both fiction and in real life that I find really interesting and very inspiring. Whenever I'm listening to like a good podcast or a good book, it's always nice to like commute. I mean, it sucks being in the car, but it's like you can get something out of it, right? So yeah, I'm gonna drive home, and then we're gonna run today, and we're just gonna go on autopilot, and we're gonna have a good ass time. Actually, no, you know what? We're not gonna go on autopilot. We're gonna be very present, even through working on Christmas Eve, and even though I will be tired, maybe, who knows? I'll probably be tired though. We will be present, and we will remind ourselves that this is the one chance we get. So we got to use it wisely. Hello, I'm back, and I'm with Hikari, the criminal of this evening, because she's been throwing up a lot, and we're like, why? But also, it makes sense because she's just been gnawing at the fake tree. So I did some forensics on her vomit when I got home today, and there were like a bunch of little pine needles in there. I know, sorry, that sounds gross. Maybe a little TMI, but I had to do it. I had to figure out. I had to get to the bottom of the mystery. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but maybe I'm just distracting myself from going on this run. I'm definitely gonna need a headlamp today. So yeah, I guess let's just do that. So the normal route I do has a hill at the end of it that I descend. Sometimes if I'm mixing it up, I like to do the route in reverse. And so I'm starting out with the hill, and yeah, went out a little too fast. Plus, my legs are killing me from yesterday's leg day, and I keep almost tripping on parts of the really fantastic curb or sidewalk around here that's sticking up in Seattle. I wanted to get this video in before it got too dark because I didn't want to, blind the viewer with my light.
Realizing now that I did not say that I ran 5 miles, but I did get some dinner, and that is right here. Doesn't really look that appetizing, but tell you one thing, chili, incredible, especially when it's cold outside. And then for a little bit of dessert, I'm eating this pecan blonde brownie that Satara brought home. One of her patients brings her like this box of sweets each year during Christmas, and pretty much all the chocolate ones go to me. Overall, though, a pretty good run. I thought it was going to be easier, but I think just running uphill for the first portion made me a little bit more tired. I'm going to try to get a run in tomorrow, hopefully get off work a little early because Christmas Eve, and then maybe get a small treadmill run in, or I don't know. I'll do what I can, as always. I'm going to finish this brownie, do a little bit of journaling, and then go read some of The Climber before bed.
Christmas Eve. I'm off work. Also, I'm working on Friday, the day after Christmas. That's because I kind of volunteered for it, so that's my fault. My bad. I kind of need the money because I got a wedding coming up. It's never too early to start saving. In order to cap this beautiful Christmas Eve off, I got a nice maple oat milk latte. Been really enjoying maple lately. We got the work done in, 5 hours. Pretty much just as much time as I thought. Getting out of here like right at noon. That's nice. And I just gotta go home. I should have enough time to get a workout in because I gotta be to dinner at like 6? Oh yeah, we're good to go. Great, fantastic. I was gonna take a video of the work we were doing, but I just didn't get around to it, and like I said, I'm trying to be mindful of recording at work. Dude, it just started pouring. You could probably hear it on my car right now. Just the last half hour of the day. It always sucks when that happens. Like, it's fine all day, and then in classic Washington fashion, it just but, there's nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, we basically had to come in and we had to grade out this ramp for the parking garage that goes from the first level down to the underground level. And yeah, just get that done because the waterproofers are like, hey, we're coming in Monday, by the way, and nobody's working this weekend. Well, except for me because I volunteered on Friday, even though that's not the weekend, but still, everybody else gets, 1, 2, 3, 4, fucking 4 or 5 days off and whatever. You know what? I'm complaining. And like Marcus Aurelius said, never be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to drive home and we will get a workout in. What's going on? Coming at you from the trail that I run on, the running trail. It took me exactly 1 hour to get home and talk with Satara a bit, and now here I am. And it's pretty windy, but you can see kind of got some blue skies up there too. It's fairly decent, even though it was pouring earlier. I did step in a fat puddle like right when I walked out of the door, so that's cool. My foot's already wet. We're going all flat for this run. No hills, just out and back, nice and flat. Bars.
Hey, how's it going? So here is that run from yesterday, and I'm gonna be honest, I did not take any videos after that one on the run. I was having a good time at a Christmas Eve dinner, just hanging out with family. I did get this picture of Satara and I in front of the tree. We got our little crowns on and all that. As for today, Merry Christmas if you celebrate, or Happy Holidays regardless. I hope you're having a good one. And I'm going to go down to the gym and get a pole day in. Then after that, we are going to one family's house, and we're going to do the gift opening and all the traditions that we have, like watching Love Actually. And then we're going to eat an early dinner and then go somewhere else. And there's one side of my family that really hasn't seen the engagement ring, or that I've really like fully talked to and seen in a minute, but definitely since getting engaged. So I think I, for lack of a better way of saying it, I think that I owe them some of my time. I think that's the right thing to do. It's been like this for my whole life too, but like when your parents get divorced and then you're constantly back and forth between houses, and it makes the holidays really difficult, like your whole life, because there's one family on this side and then one family on that side. And then, you know, when you find a partner, then you have their family and it could be their family from one side and another side. And it's just, yeah, there are a lot of places to be. Obviously, you can't be all of them at once, but every once in a while, trying to like break it off and spend a little time everywhere is nice. You know, the holidays are just chaos no matter what. I was going to say that I'm sorry for I feel like I'm not recording as much for this video. I'm not really sorry, because I know that I've actually been pretty present when I'm not recording. Like last night, like I was just hanging out with my niece and nephew and trying to make sure that my niece doesn't spill a bunch of ice cream and raspberry cheesecake on Satara's white sweater. It's nice to just recognize when you are there in the moment, and you don't always need the camera, right? I guess it is only Thursday, though. We still got a couple more days of training left. So, yeah, hoping to get a long run in. If I get a new pair of shoes for Christmas, definitely getting a long run in. I cannot I cannot wait to feel what actual padding feels like again in a pair of running shoes. All my pairs are just done. And I got work tomorrow too. What the fuck? What's going on? So I finished that pole day and then came back into the apartment, made a little bit of coffee, opened the stocking, watched some YouTube videos, ate some breakfast with Satara, and let me just say, got a couple of these Hammond chocolate bars in the stocking. Incredible. Some Ferrero Rocheros, or Rocher, whatever. I'll destroy this whole entire thing in like a day. Got some lock laces. I guess a lot of triathletes use those for their transitions. And Satara knows that I want to maybe do an Ironman next year. The whole thing that worries me is just the whole swimming part, but I'm going to get into that in the new year. So we're not going to worry about that right now. But anyway, I got to get dressed for Christmas. So yeah, I've never done like a normal outfit in one of these videos, so I thought, why not? Because I have this leather jacket that I've had for like a year and a half, and it's sick, but I just never have really worn it that much. And I recently, honestly, because it was like super dried out, it's vintage, it's definitely over 25 years old, but I don't have an exact date for it. It's an old Harley Davidson jacket. Anyway, let's get dressed basically around this jacket. We're just gonna start off with some basic black jeans from Abercrombie. And then as a base layer, we're just gonna use this Abercrombie tee. Their fitted tees are probably my favorites because they just fit me great. They're decent quality and they come in a bunch of neutral colors. Of course, we are going to tuck it in. And then I got a basic black leather belt from Huckberry, I believe. Made in America belt. Made in American leather, brother. And then whenever I tuck in a shirt, I forget where I learned this, but I like to tuck it in and then like lift my hands above my head, and that generally pulls the shirt out enough where it just kind of like
floats over my belt a little bit. I don't know if that's like the best way to do it, but yeah, it's normally just a look that I enjoy. And honestly, the shirt is just for a base layer anyway. Then the main sweater piece is this sweater from Flint and Tinder, which is also from Huckberry. It has these nice like rolled neckline edges, and it's got like a frayed, or not frayed, but it's got a rolled cuff right here too. So it's just sort of like a rough look. Then personally, I like to kind of tuck the edge underneath so it has a bit more of a cropped look. I could try to shrink this a little bit in the dryer, but I gotta be safe about it because it is 100% cotton. So, you know, I don't wanna shrink it so it turns into like an extra, extra small. And then I don't know if I wanna wear a hat or not, but if I do, it'll probably be this basic hat from Seeger. It's just got the eagle and then the nice orange accent on it. Just a pretty basic hat, but it kind of keeps that like brown orange color palette. Then the main thing is this jacket here. Like I said, vintage. I need to wear it more to properly loosen it up so it like forms to my body. One detail I really love on it are these fireman clasps. Obviously, I could wear it open, have the sweater peeking through, but I do really like the look of it when it's all zipped up. So now I do have the sweater kind of poking through the sleeves right here, but you can see how it's a very like tight look all around. I mean, it kind of has this boxiness to it, but the crop is nice. It's like right above mid-fly, and it's definitely warm. I think to tie it all together, we're just gonna do these black leather boots from Steve Madden, which really aren't that comfortable. I definitely need some new leather boots. And yes, I know, use a shoehorn, but listen, I don't have one, okay? So I'm not really working on it either. Yeah, that's basically the outfit. Like I said, I might take the hat off, you know, put some product in the hair, but overall, I mean, wait, gotta do a leg lift? Yep. Overall, like, I like it. It's pretty, it's like a little bit like edgy, but it also feels like really put together. I think the boots really tie it in. I think my pants could maybe be like an inch longer just to fall a little bit better. It's probably one of my favorite outfits of the year. It's not like I really keep track of that stuff, but it is one that I'll probably repeat multiple times because, dude, outfit repeater, meal repeater, movie rewatcher. I know what I like. Yo, what's going on? So we are at work now, the day after Christmas. Again, didn't really take a lot of videos last night with all the festivities going on. I got some great stuff. I got 2 new pairs of shoes, so I'm good for like the next 800 miles, which is great. Another pair of Evo SLs, and the Puma DV8 Nitro, which I've been really excited about. A lot of people say it's very similar to the Evo SL, but it does have a plate. So I'm thinking it might be kind of like the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which is also a great shoe. But there are 2 things of note. I mean, everything was fantastic. Like Sitar and her mom went crazy getting stuff for me, and really inspired me to like level up my own present game. Like I gotta do better, bro. Especially for Sitara. Like, I feel like she gives me the world, and I feel like I already try really hard, but I gotta go harder. But yeah, she got me this thing from Maria Popova, who runs the Marginalian, and it's 100 Divinations, the Almanac of Birds. And I've talked about the Marginalia, or the Marginalian, on here before. It's one of my favorite websites. It's a blog, and Maria Popova basically curates a lot of literature and just stuff from authors, philosophers throughout history. It's a fantastic site. And this Almanac of Birds is basically this deck, and it's got cards with like different bird illustrations and quotes like that. And yeah, it's just wonderful. And she got me tickets to the Elden Ring Symphony for the soundtrack. So that's gonna be fucking nuts. But Yeah, just wanted to give a quick update. I'll probably one sec. I'll probably I don't know, be here most of the day, and then finish shooting these elevations for this job that we finished God knows how long ago, and then hopefully get a run in today. Dude, I am not joking when I say that it feels like in the past 30 minutes it has dropped like 15 degrees. Like, I feel like fucking Caligo is about to appear in front of me, and it's not gonna be good. It's a fucking blizzard. I gotta walk over into this park to use this honey bucket, take a pee, because I drink 4 gallons of liquids every single day. I guess the bright side is that I can really try out some of my cold weather gear on my run today. You know, we always look at the silver lining. Yo, coming at you at the 3.5 mile mark, running way too fast. I know that. I think my average heart rate is like 155, and I'm trying to slow down. Got new shoes though, I'm all bundled up. I think if I slow down, I'll just get too cold. So, you know, you just gotta go for it. Just max effort all the time, right? No, but I definitely have to kind of save some of my energy for the long run tomorrow. So I think the last 1.5 miles, I'll take it easy. I swear. I got leftover food. Oh my God. We're also looking at cats. She's sending me. Koopa Troopa? We should adopt Koopa Troopa? Yami, Hikari, and Koopa Troopa. That's the trio we need. One day we will get a 3rd cat. I promise. I know, we just don't have the space. Yeah, one of these days. And then Yami's gonna have to be the extra big brother. The ringleader. Yeah, the ringleader. There is nothing quite like some Domino's, some pizza, and some pepperoni cheesy bread. Right?
We're vlogging.
We are vlogging, yeah. Didn't do anything the past 2 days though because of Christmas. But that's not gonna stop us, is it, Hikari? And yes, the Christmas tree is staying up for another week. It's still Christmas until January, like 4th in this household. Yeah, we gotta make black-eyed peas. We do that every New Year. That's the thing that I picked up from Satara. That's the thing I picked up from my fiance.
We're engaged, by the way.
Good morning. It is freezing, but I feel fantastic. A lot better than yesterday, that's for sure. I think I just slept really well, and the nap really helped me catch up. Even though sleep debt isn't real, sometimes it feels real. Look at that. Damn. Don't you wish you lived here? If you don't like rain, you probably don't wish you lived here, but days like today, it's magnificent. Even the crows agree. I'm trying out the new Pumas right now. The Deviate Nitro 3. They have an elite version as well. That's their race shoe, but obviously I don't need that. This is just, these ones are still plated though. So I'm interested to see like how well they perform, or maybe they're not great for slower paces because of the plate. I'm aiming for at least like 13 miles today. We'll see how I feel. I'm really trying to listen to my body as much as I can. Just like really sync up with it, because I think the long-term advantages of that are unmatched. So yeah, maybe check in with you later. Sound good? Okay, about 10 miles in. I'm feeling a little tired. Dude, it's always one of my legs that's doing something. I don't really know what to do about that. I feel like I said, I just gotta keep listening to my body and taking it easy like that. Overall, pretty good run. I'll probably end up around like 15 or 16 miles, I think. Unless something catastrophic happens and I have to go home early. Hey, it's me, Mikeless Guy. So I ran 16 miles this morning. It was a good run. The Deviate Nitros are a little hard, I think probably because of the plate in them. They're not as soft as I thought they would be, but that's totally fine. They're really similar to those Endorphin Speed 4s, and I love that shoe, so I'm excited about those. They are a bit narrow though, so I had to wear a pair of like more compressive socks when I was running with them, and I think that helped quite a bit. Something that I was thinking about during the run was this story from this Theravada teacher named Ajahn Chah, and it's a story about a student and a monk, and the student asks the monk how he can bear the weight of everything that he's doing. Like, how can he get strong enough to carry, you know, all his emotions, all the tasks in life, just everything. And the monk says, the goal is not to get strong enough to be able to carry everything. It's to fully acknowledge the weight and how heavy it is, and to finally put it down. And yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. I don't know, I've heard that story or that parable or whatever you want to call it so long ago, but it recently popped back into my memory. I don't know how, but yeah, it's just how memory works. It's amazing like that. And yeah, I've just been thinking of it a lot lately, not because I want to put everything down, but I think it helps me think about the things that maybe I'm carrying too much of. Like, maybe I'm worrying too much about things like regret or shame, or really just anything that is more taxing on my mind. This is how they're saying in meditation as well, that something like the goal of meditation should be so that thoughts are like thieves breaking into an empty house. So they cannot capture you. They break into the house, or they break into your mind, and there's nothing for them to take. Your thoughts can't drive you anywhere, at least. And this is talking about negative thoughts, because this is what we get caught up in so often, and what really does dictate so much of our life. It's just some great contemplation on this morning's run. I got some stretching in after the fact, and got a bagel sandwich from the store. Now I'm eating a few of the cookies that were left over from Christmas, because Sitar's mom made like 50,000 of them and made us take all of them home. But hey, I love cookies, so I'm fine with that. And of course, a ginger ale. The goal tomorrow is a Costco trip.
Yo, I'm sorry about the audio, but I can't bring my mics to the gym. I mean, I can, but I'm not going to. And then Sitar is sleeping, so I just didn't want to monologue in the apartment. Only one in the gym, which is nice. I can't record out there because for some reason, and they never do this, they're playing music out of the speakers. Weird. I'm just gonna hit like a full body day today. Gonna focus a little bit more on a push day than anything else. But yeah, no running today. That run yesterday took it out of me. I feel like I could run, like my legs aren't that bad, but after that weekend that I did the 20 miler, and then I ran the day after that, I felt like my body wasn't really ready to compound like that. So I'm trying to just keep that in my head and move forward with that in mind, because it's just really easy for us to forget to learn lessons, or to keep those lessons that we think we learn in our mind for longer periods of time. Focus on the longevity of all this. I'm really trying to go all in next year, obviously right now, not just next year, but next year, with paying attention to my body and actually doing more of the things that I talk about. I think that I'm pretty good at walking my talk, but there are some things in some areas of life where I wish that I was just a little bit better. There's a lot to be done, and it all starts with right now and picking up some weight and putting it down. I can't believe I can't bench 225 anymore. Pathetic, weak little baby. Yo,
So we just got back from Costco, and I gotta say, pretty good haul. We adhered to the list that we made pretty well, but obviously, you're always gonna get some extra stuff. We got some things like, damn, look at this fridge. Stocked. We got some things like some stuffed bell peppers. I re-upped on those Oikos yogurt bowls. I got some tortillas because we have these things that are also from Costco. Can't really see it, but there's some, they're like carne asada, like pre-diced, pre-seasoned chicken pieces. And I wanted to get tortillas and some cheese so I could make some like chicken quesadillas, like, you know, on the fly. Cause that's just a super easy, like decent amount of protein snack. Why did I say it like that? That's an easy snack that has a decent amount of protein. Anyway, English. Sweet potatoes, got some oranges, got some Cosmic Crisp apples, got a new bag of rice. We love massive bags of rice. Yami is going insane. What are you doing? Oh, we went to Petco and we got them their extremely expensive prescription food. Anything for the babies though. And oh my God, they had kittens in or Petco or PetSmart, whatever one it was. But they had kittens up for adoption. I gotta stay out of there, man. I wanted to take all of them. There was one, it was like a tortoise shell with like the brown, the amber, and the black. And oh man, it was so cute. If we had the space, I would get a third cat, but we don't. And I'm realizing now that I was just yapping about the groceries and I didn't grab a bag for the cat litter. I also have to remember to start my laundry. There's something kind of cathartic about doing these chores every Sunday. Like, they're a task, yeah, but part of me likes to use them as this like transitional period. There's this thing in meditation where you can use moments, physical moments in the world to sort of like recenter yourself, like stepping through a doorway. Like every time you step through a doorway, think about like coming back to yourself. So think about being a little bit more present, or just noticing your thoughts is the way that they say it. So think about like, you know, every time you get out of a car or get in a car, or I think the phrase is like pass through a threshold or pass over a threshold. It's something to think about. And I kind of think if I'm not doing the whole doorway thing, then it can help to use these chores or use these physical activities and bind them to a certain mindset. I'm gonna finish cleaning out this litter that is extra dusty for some reason. Probably gonna step away from this brand. And then, I don't know. Yeah, gotta do some laundry and definitely gotta cook something to eat. That's for sure. How does this guy do chores so fast? It's like he's doing them 1 second and he's done the next. We're gonna do, I think, 2 of those quesadillas. I don't have as much cheese as I thought I did, so maybe we should have bought some at Costco, but that's all right. We got the chicken pieces in there. Also, if you got an air fryer, put wax paper down. Makes it way easier to clean it. You can use the wax paper for a couple times before you got to replace it, and it just reduces the overall amount of oil that or oil and just bullshit that builds up from each time you use the air fryer. We're just gonna put like a little base layer of cheese down. Also, I would film myself like doing the chores and stuff, but bro, I can't be asked to set up a tripod and shit. That'll take like 1.5 times, 2 times longer than it actually would take if I just put the phone down, stop filming shit. Not everything needs to be filmed, right? Ironic. Damn, okay, that's perfect. I got it, it's on the microwave now. I mean, you can't see what I'm doing down here, but it's definitely better than leaning up against a bunch of bullshit on the countertop. See, this is why I bought the magnet case. This is why. Take a little bit of this chicken right here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna max this tortilla out. We'll just do 1 tortilla, and because I got the limited amount of cheese, we're just gonna pack it as full as we can. Satara and I had a good talk this morning about saving for the wedding. We got this pretty good plan lined up for just saving as much as we can, especially in the next 6 months, and then figuring out like maybe in May or June, the whole venue situation and like locking in a date. We got to definitely start saying no to a few more things and really just saving as much as we can to make sure that we have the wedding that both of us want to have, and one that we won't regret, but also not spending so much money outside of our means where, yeah, we have a great wedding, but then we're going to be in debt. I think that we are both strong enough, capable enough to save enough money, and I think we're smart enough to tread that line of making sure that we have the experience we want while also being smart about what comes after the wedding. Something like buying a house, for instance. I'm gonna finish this up though, and I will be back in a moment to show you the cut and the cross section. The washer is making a bunch of noise, so I really hope that it's not picking up too much of it with this mic. Here it is. Look at that. Perfect. Didn't have to cook the meat, really. Well, you know, like actually cook it. Just got those frozen al pastor. It's al pastor, not carne asada. That al pastor chicken, you know, that doesn't make sense, right? Because it's pork. And it was got that, throw it in the air fryer, then just tortillas, cheese. I mixed a little bit of sour cream with some cottage cheese because protein. Everything's got to have protein in it. And then I got a little bit of salsa here. I got the Canada Dry and this hot sauce from Arizona that Satara's mom got me for Christmas that I have yet to try. So I just opened it, but let's see what we got here. God damn. That's like right up front. What is it? What pepper is it made with? It's only a habanero. Normally I take habanero stuff easily. Damn. Washer's making even more noise now. So let's take a little bit of this cottage cheese here, cottage cream. Throw it on here and then dip it in the salsa. We just lost all the cottage cream in the salsa. With that, so easy and so good. I apologize if the washer's making too much noise. Cheers. Oh, by the way, here's my workout from this morning. Satara, if you're watching this, I'm making this again for both of us. I guess I should probably throw in an outro, right? So this was a tough week just because I felt like there was so much going on. I think I still got pretty much everything done that I wanted to get done, and I'm really, really happy about that. We got like 31 miles on the week overall, just a couple mile increase from last week. So we're doing the thing. We're going up. And body feels good. Body seems to be holding up. This might be the last video of 2025. I cannot express enough gratitude for the love that has been shown to me on really all the platforms, but especially this platform this year. It's hard to, well, just show your life. It's hard to put yourself out there in some of the ways that I have, and there are so many people that have something to say about what you're doing. And if this year and making all this content has taught me anything, it's that you just got to do it, dude. You just upload, just make the content, and you cannot be liked by anyone. I always knew that deep down, but I think that especially recording the videos like this, like doing these vlogs the past couple months, it's been a extremely eye-opening experience for me that has provided me quite a bit of clarity on the type of content creator that I want to be. And the core of it has always been that I want to help people. And I think part of that has really shined through with me, at least it shined through to me, where I'm making these videos and showing that not everything has to be in perfect order. Not everything has to be perfectly Instagrammable or be put up with this facade in order to be, I guess, good content. And I mean, maybe that doesn't even need to be put in quotes. I just think it's important to
to be honest, to be raw, to be real. And as corny as that can sound, the authenticity will always shine through. It'll always find a way to be at the front. You shouldn't do this stuff because you want to be at the front. I think that in the end, you should search for the intrinsic values that help you keep going. And the extrinsic stuff will, I think, get you success in the short term, but it will not provide you with the meaning that you need in order to keep doing anything long term. And meaning is never given, it is earned. So whatever you're doing with your time on this planet, whether that be today or this week or month or what you plan on doing in 2026, find a way to create that meaning, to earn that meaning, because time is passing no matter what. And whether it be the next year or the next decade, whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about starting, start it now. Because if you thought about starting that thing last year around this time, even if you were just doing it every once in a while, you would still be in a much better position than you are now. And you can create that future for yourself next year and thinking, wow, I really did craft that meaning in my life that I lacked last year. And I really did cultivate those skills. I cultivated those relationships. I became, or I'm starting to become, the person that I want to be. So with all that being said, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up for me when I decided to show up for myself in new ways. It really does mean a lot. And I mean, no words can express how much gratitude I have. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you next year.